Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I've recorded one of these. As usual, I had some pre-orders I was waiting on, so yeah, but I'm back to it. This is actually the first official video I'm recording in this new location that I plan on recording most of my videos for the foreseeable future, because I finally reorganized my music collection. I just think it'd be kind of nice to have it in the background instead of all my movie posters and shit. So yeah, getting back into my CD collection. So first off, we have one of my all-time favorite singer-songwriter folk type albums. That is Nick Drake's Pink Moon. Love the cover art for this. So I'll go ahead and, well, actually I'm going to show you the back of it first. But then I'm going to pull it out so I can get the booklet out so you can have that ugly price sticker out of the way. I don't know why I like to keep price stickers on things, but I do. But yeah, take a look at that artwork. Look at the full picture of it. Yeah. For the most part, it's just one vocal track, one finger-picked acoustic guitar track, with the exception of the title track, which also adds some piano to it. Yeah, it just has this very dreamy, mesmerizing quality to it, I find. Yeah, I just really fucking love this album. Here's the disc, the picture behind it. And next up, getting into some more folk with the Free Will and Bob Dylan. Only Bob Dylan album that I have. I should probably get more, but it's a classic nonetheless. Classic Columbia Records disc. And let's see if I can get this booklet out. Nice essay. Next up we have Fake Name self-titled album. This is a super group. Features Dennis Lixon from Refused on vocals. I can't remember off the top of my head where everybody else was from, but we got Brian Baker on guitar and vocals, Michael Hampton on guitar and vocals, and Johnny Temple on bass. Doesn't say, I think it says somewhere in it who played drums. Matt Scholes. But yeah, kind of punky, garage rock type stuff. But yeah, Dennis Lixon's who I'm mainly familiar with from Refused. I recently learned that this was actually intended to be demos. I think it had something to do with COVID, but for whatever reason, they never got around to recording proper versions of what this album is going to be. Which I think is pretty interesting, because I'm pretty happy with it for what it is. I mean, I think it's pretty good. So this is the album I was waiting for. There's a pre-order new album from Fake Names, Expendables. I've only listened to this once, to be fair. I kind of prefer their first album. There's not much of a musical progression, but I kind of like the energy a little bit better on their self-titled. This one's alright too. So, once again, we got a gatefold with lyrics. They actually did have a official drummer this time, and that was Brendan Canty, best known as the drummer from Fugazi, who I'm a fan of, and I like his drumming too. So, and here's the disc. Now we're getting into some Flaming Lips. I have a lot of Flaming Lips on vinyl, but I'll show you my CDs too. So first off, we have, I think this is actually supposed to come later. if I had it properly organized. Actually, I just realized I'm missing a disc, so I'm gonna have to stop this and edit it. So I'm gonna go ahead and find that disc that's missing. Okay, I'm a complete idiot. It's actually not missing. It's quote unquote retired. I still have it. It's just kind of in my pile to possibly be sold or traded or whatever. Because I got the deluxe edition too. That's of course the Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. Anyway, moving on. Sorry about that confusion. We got from Flaming Lips, Christmas on Mars. So this is their DVD and CD soundtrack for their movie. Yeah, it's obviously Christmas on Mars movie. I've only watched it, like, I think twice. But yeah, basically it's about a Mars colony and like the birth of the first baby there during Christmas. And, you know, it's been really dreary because everybody's dying. And then, you know, Wayne Coyne is this alien who shows up. It's interesting to say the least. So here's a look at it. How does this open? Okay. Let's look at the back disc. I've never just listened to the soundtrack on its own. I've always watched the movie. Yeah, it's got a bunch of essays and stuff, scenes and credits. One of my childhood heroes, Steve Burns from Blue's Clues, appears in here. Then we have, also from Flaming Lips, At War with Mystics. Always had somewhat mixed feelings about this album. I just kind of feel like it's Flaming Lips not quite at their best. One song that I've been really digging a lot lately, though, is The Sound of Failure. But yeah, it's a little bit more pop rock. Here's the booklet. Then we have Embryonic. It's kind of a more noisier, chaotic, somewhat darker album. It's also a very long album. It's like 18 songs. Yeah, I consider Embryonic to be kind of the start of modern Flaming Lips, if you will, because they've been around for a good long time. And then this is the last, at least full-length proper album. I've got a few of their odd releases after this, but this is the last one that I picked up. I kind of lost interest in them after this, but I've heard some of their songs on their most recent album. It seems like they're kind of back on track to the type of stuff I like to hear. But we got The Terror. Honestly, even leading up to this, I was a little bit skeptical about this album because this songs on their own I wasn't digging too much. But then, like, once I listened to the album, like, all the way through, you know, as an album instead of a bunch of individual songs, it kind of made more sense to me. I appreciated it a lot more. It's a pretty decent album, very bleak. You know, kind of like Embryonic, you know, some more noisier and darker, but it's just kind of more slower, stripped down, a lot more depressing sounding, much more pessimistic, which isn't what you generally associate with the Flaming Lips, but that's what they did for this album. Next, I've been really digging this album a lot lately. I think this might actually be my favorite album of the 90s, but we got Foo Fighters' self-titled debut. Technically, it's a Dave Grohl solo record. It just has so many great songs. It's basically everything that I'd want from the 90s. Or I should say 90s alt-rock. Yeah, that's my shit. Got a booklet. Even though this was a solo record, it does have a nice picture of the band that Dave Grohl put together that became the Foo Fighters. Photo collage, kind of sci-fi blaster gun on there. It's an iconic cover for sure. And that's where I'm going to end now. So when I get back, I'll go through the rest of my Foo Fighters collection. And yeah, I'll see you then.